Yep, there goes.
Hola, mi amigos y amigas! My name is Joaquin Luna, and I have three minorities rolled up into one. I'm Latino, I'm disabled, and I'm happily married. Well, that's what my wife tells me anyways. Before I'm married, I believed a man was king of his castle. After I'm married, I learned I may be king, but the queen controls the chancla and the checkbook. As for my disability, I happen to be totally blind, and I thank God for that. Because my buddies have never asked me to drive the getaway car. Police can't use me as an eyewitness. And most importantly, I will never get asked the scariest question every man dreads. Does this dress make me look fat? Every time I hear that question, my anxiety levels go up, and my life expectancy goes down. As a blind person, it's very important for me to have a place for everything and everything in its place. I hate when I get a cup of coffee and confuse the sugar with the salt. My blood pressure goes through the roof. I squirt syrup on my pancakes. It's Dawn dish soap. I don't mind the flavor so much, but now I fart lemon fresh bubbles. I made a jelly sandwich. Turns out it was a jar of my wife's $75 an ounce royal jelly face cream. And that stuff was jelly squeezed from a queen bee's backside, loaded with vitamins, minerals, and a sense of entitlement, Jack. Mercy, that was the most expensive sandwich I've ever eaten. On the bright side, now I have the most luxurious smile in the county. Guess what, you guys? This year, my wife and I will celebrate our 22nd wedding anniversary. Thank you very much. And I'll be honest with you, man, we have had our share of ups and downs. In fact, we've had more ups and downs than a bipolar cholo at a lowrider convention. Now check this out, man. 3 days after we married, we opened up our fourth cafe in Santa Fe, New Mexico. That's right, 3 days after we married, we went from the bride and groom on the wedding cake topper to the Pillsbury Doughboy and Betty Crocker. And we are a perfect match for each other, man, and I'll tell you why. It's because of the slogans. That's right, the slogan for Pillsbury Doughboy is, nothing says loving like something from the oven. And I love her muffins. And the slogan for Betty Crocker is, ready when you are, and when you aren't. Ever since then, man, we've been together 24/7, 7 days a week. Everywhere I went, she went. Everywhere she went, I went. If I was a Girl Scout cookie, you'd be calling me a tag-along. And finally, one day she said, Joaquin, you are the light of my life. I love you with all my heart. But seriously, stop following me to the bathroom. Whenever people hear our story, man, they just cannot believe it. They say things like, what is your secret? Oh man, I couldn't handle being around my husband and wife that long. I need me time. Well, what you're really saying is, you married somebody you can't stand. And I don't get it, man. That's like ordering a 6-cheese pizza knowing that you're lactose intolerant. Sure, at first it's so yummy, all hot and cheesy, and you just can't get enough of it, right? But once it goes off, you don't want to have nothing to do with it. And you know it ain't going to end well. As for me, there is no secret. I truly adore my wife, Dan. The biggest difference between my wife and I is as a man, I have less brain synapses and filters to process through. Here's an example. Joaquin, I don't feel like cooking tonight. You're going to have to eat fast food. Yeah. I'm happy. Joaquin, you are snoring too loud. Go sleep on the couch. Yeah. I'm happy. Well, that's what my wife tells me anyways. The first time my wife got pregnant, oh man, she hated me. Yeah, you see, my wife is a smallish, petite kind of woman, and she got as big as Larry the Cable Guy. She went from fun size to super size. The funny part is, Larry can wear bigger bras than she can. And to make things worse, man, to make things worse, I gained weight. I got huge, man. When we went to the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta, little kids wanted to ride me. Hey, Mom, look, there's a Pillsbury Doughboy. I ended up winning 3rd place in the special shapes competition. And I gotta tell you, man, morning sickness was horrible. Every morning, as soon as my wife got out of bed, I'd run straight to the bathroom and start throwing up. And it was horrid, man. Everything came out. Last night's pizza, that banana split, my pride, my dignity. Oh, man, I hated it. Mercy. And pregnancy turned my wife into a walking science experiment. And I was the dirty little lab rat that started it. I gotta tell you, her hormone levels were off the charts, Jack. I'm talking estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. I swear, she invented one called RRF 911, which is doctor speak for Roy Ray Factor. Call 911! Yeah. It's okay, baby. Sit down, relax. It's your hormones making you moody. No, I am moody because you are eating all the Haagen-Dazs, Betty. My poor cat was sitting on the couch minding his own business. She accused it of judging her stretch marks. She saw her reflection in the mirror. Oh, I look like a walrus. Oh, baby, you're beautiful. Oh, so I'm a beautiful walrus, huh? I made the mistake of eating one of her pickles. She jerked it out of my hand as fast as gossip moves to our church congregation, Jack. I said, hey, baby, that's my gherkin you be jerking. Pregnancy wasn't only turning her into a mom. She turned into Elasto Girl. Seriously, she was the original Mrs. Marvel, with more hormones and no crime fighting spandex. Just stretchy pants. And late at night, when we were in bed, I could actually hear her beautiful tummy stretching. It turned into a total mattress takeover, man. Joaquin, go sleep on the couch. Yeah. Happy. And all those hormones gave her what I call pregnancy eyes. All of a sudden, she gained the ability to see through time, space, and all my BS. She could even look into the multiverse, and she saw every version of me screwing up all at once. And she had the ability to see through things too, man. She could be on an iPad watching a video or reading a restaurant menu, right? If I rolled my eyes or smirked, I saw that. And the best one, she had refrigerator X-ray vision. Seriously, from across the room, without opening the refrigerator door, she was able to find the pickles that were hidden by the lasagna. And while she was remote viewing, she gave all the leftovers a 4-star rating. Now that's not just having cravings, people. That is interdimensional snack tracking. I remember one time I came home from work, I picked up a dozen tacos for our dinner, right? I walked into that house, a hungry man's hero, and I said, just call me the bad boy of Babacoa, the prince of Pollo, the king of carnitas. I am your original DoorDash Don Juan, at your service, mi corazón. And I handed her the bag of tacos, right? She peeks inside, she smiles, she tells me, oh, thank you, that's so sweet, but I didn't get you anything. Oh, man. I think my wife and I waited too long to have kids, man, because our first child came out wearing a fully groomed handlebar mustache. Just kidding, it was more of a Fu Manchu. She takes after her mama. Actually, we have 3 daughters, and I love them to pieces, man. The oldest is the apple of my eye. My second is a peach. And my baby, oh man, my baby, she's bananas. They're Fruit of my Looms. In the garden of... That was a slow burn, I guess. All right. Here's a Garden of Eden story that happened on my alternate timeline, okay? In the Garden of Eden, Adam noticed he was the only one without a partner. The lion had his lioness, the tiger had his tigress, even the deer had his dearest. So Adam went to God and asked if he too could have a mate. Adam, I can make for you the most beautiful, loving creature imaginable. One that awaits on you hand and foot. Fulfill your every desire. No questions asked. But it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. Whoa, good Lord, an arm and a leg. That's kind of steep, God. What can I get for my funny bone? Well, if I boil it long enough, you will end up with a lammy stock. No, that's not what can I, what can I get from the spare rib of mine? A creature that will constantly challenge you, Adam. One that will teach you in equal measure the difference between ecstasy and extreme frustration. Sounds interesting. I'll take it. All right, Adam, lie down, go to sleep. When you wake, all will be ready. Next morning, Adam wakes up, standing before him in all her feminine glory is Eve. Adam takes a good look at her and he says, Amen. God is good. Eve takes one look at Adam. She goes, oh, man, God, what were you thinking? You see, the problem is, when God made Adam, he used only one ingredient, and that was dust of the earth, which meant Adam was a very simple creature. He was simple-minded, much like the men today. Yeah. Now, when God made Eve, he took his time to improve the species. He took Adam's rib, added a little sugar, spice, and everything nice. So now, if you compare the two of them, you will notice that Eve is much more pleasing to the eye. has a nicer rack of ribs and can do things that Adam could never do. Eve gave birth to a world of nations. Did you hear me? Eve gave birth to a world of nations. The only thing Adam can do that Eve cannot do, write his name in the snow. As I mentioned earlier, I truly adore my wife, Ben. But after 22 years of marriage, things had started getting a little stale in the romance department, you know what I mean? So, to spice things up, I suggested we try a little role playing. I pretended that I was a magnificent Latin lover, and she pretended she was interested. The problem is, after all these years, I failed to realize that my wife's role has changed. It's no longer about me anymore. It is about the kids. Men, you will notice as your little family expands, so will your waistline. And all those wonderful nights you spent with your beautiful wife are just a distant memory, much like your hairline. So the next time you get into an argument with your wife, just remember, you are walking a fine line, Jack. Don't get mad, just say, I want my rib back. Thank you very much. My name is Joaquin Luna. God bless all of you.